But all right, so we wanted to talk about our top five X-Men.
Top 5 X-Men, top 5 villains.
All right, word. Who's starting?
So we have 5 villains. Cool. Welcome to Nerd Shit. Hello, Internet. Who wants to go first? Me, Mari, Andrew?
I'll go first. All right. So you said from least favorite to favorite?
Correct.
Dang. All right. So I gotta be honest. I guess like Cyclops he's one of my favorites, but he is one of my least favorites. Like he is like I don't know. I like the fact that he's not afraid of Wolverine, and we already talked about we're not putting Wolverine on the list. He's like a given. You know what I mean? But like I just feel like most people just cower to Wolverine, bro. But he's not taking Wolverine's shit, and that's why I like him. Plus, he was mad good in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I don't know if anybody ever played that. But he was a beast in that game. You know what I mean? So and just the fact that in order to compete with somebody like Wolverine, you gotta be kind of nasty, bro. Like if Wolverine could just body you, you know what I mean? You're not a threatening. You can't be equal. Like they were equals. You know what I mean? Like so, in order to be equal, you gotta give him some respect. Like even though he just had Optic Blast, like he was ready to tango with the fucking worst dude out there. All right, you guys can go.
An interesting note about Cyclops is that if he keeps his eyes open, the Optic Blast just keep coming and coming and coming.
Right. Hold on. Let's talk about that. Yeah. What were you about to say? It's coming from where?
Another dimension.
Bro, that's crazy. See, I love that.
Yeah.
What do we have any information on what dimension? Like what's over there? Like what?
I don't have it right offhand.
But they have this. Has that been explored? Like where the beams come from?
Yes, I believe they have, but it's not very interesting.
I guess
it's just an energy dimension of some sort.
What? That's insane. Honestly, that's some of the coolest shit, bro. Can you imagine? Your eyes are open and fucking light or energy is coming from another dimension. You're connected to another dimension.
Yep. Your eyes are portals to another dimension.
I know. And so let's talk about the science fiction of that real quick. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's... Do you think, like, there's ever a way that a combination of chemicals in our body could allow a gateway to another dimension?
I don't know about a gateway, but maybe a perception. Maybe.
Right, like maybe...
You're still out on that one.
Cause like, all right, so you know how like in science fiction they make these wormholes and shit, right? So I mean, they have to make the wormhole from things that exist in nature already, right? Like they brought it together in whatever lab. So I guess it's not completely outside the realm of possibility that you got so damn lucky that the fucking chemicals that were needed to create the gateway were localized in your retinas or whatever. And so you know what I mean? Like it's like. You have to get dumb lucky, but they say you have to be dumb lucky to be born, right? Like there's like a million sperms or whatever, right?
I don't think having concussive force blow out of your eyes is lucky.
No. All right. Who's next, yo? Who got the next one?
So, kind of continuing on with that, it's kind of fucked up though that like Wolverine can sit there and take the blast from Cyclops. Like he sits there and he puts his claws together and he's deflecting the fucking laser beams.
Hold on.
Yeah, it's concussive force. It's not exactly like super focused light. Though.
Yeah. Has anybody seen?
It's like trucks punching you constantly.
Trucks, yeah, that's fucking crazy. Juggernaut can do it too. We've seen him like try to take the glasses out and. Juggernaut will just push the beam back. That's like one of my favorite scenes, I think, from X-Men Next Dimension.
He's like an unmovable object and unstoppable momentum at the same time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Juggernaut's a real problem. He's not even a mutant, bro.
Right.
He gets his shit from that crystal. The Mcron crystal, right?
No.
Oh, no.
Gem of Cyttorak.
Cyttorak, yeah.
He literally gets his powers from a demon.
Damn, that's crazy. Oh yeah, and isn't there a connection a little bit with Doctor Strange? Doesn't Doctor Strange use the bands?
Invokes the crimson
bands of Cyttorak, right? Yo, Cyttorak's that dude, bro. Look at him. He's got mad different appliances. Like, man, he's got like, yo, wait, I want that Cyttorak moving service. You know what I mean? Like, yo, Cyttorak, bro. Hold on, yo, we got to come back to that. Like, I don't know, we might have to do some merchandise or something. Cyttorak everything. All right. Yo, Andrew, what was your? Oh yeah, good.
My least favorite of the X-Men series is Toad.
Really? I forgot.
I respect Toad,
Me too.
but like,
You're about the only one then.
No. I'm with you. I like Toad.
listen, Toad deserves at least a little bit of respect.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Because he was a good
He might-
character in what was it, X-Men, the video game. There was a video game fighting game. He was a mad good, like he was mad difficult to fight because he could jump around and then he could hit you with distance with his tongue, bro. Like I don't know why a lot of my opinions
and
are
he
based
can
off fighting games.
spit like some mucus kind of stuff.
Yeah, to tie people up and shit.
Bro, he
Yeah.
was a savage, bro. Like when it comes to a Toad in a video game, he is a problem. But against the X-Men, I guess they were just easily handling him. But yo, if he catch you by surprise,
I mean, he could fuck up a lot of the X-Men.
hold on, let's go through it.
I don't think he could. I don't think he could like mess with
The top tier.
Xavier
Of course
No.
not. Of course not, bro. So hold on.
or Jean.
Let's go through the gamut though, right? So he would give it to
don't think
he would
he
give it to Jubilee. Jean would give it to
Sorry.
him clearly. But he would give it to Jubilee. Who else would he give it to? Nightcrawler.
Well, as long as he. So, how much of the act of surprise does he have?
I mean, I don't even think so. Even if they encounter each other face to face, I feel like Jubilee's gonna get her ass whooped. What can Jubilee do, bro? She's just rockets, and it's not even real rockets, bro. I don't think they don't actually hurt. It's like spectacles of light, right?
She does have the potential to detonate matter on an atomic level.
Right, but she ain't never learned how to
She
do
can
that.
literally nuclear bomb things eventually.
I guess if we're talking about vampire Jubilee, like way later in her life, and that's fair, right? I mean, we should be talking about later on in her life, I guess. I mean, we're grown.
I actually meant that from her normal like pyrotechnic shit.
Right, but she don't know how to do that. She's
know.
never done that. Yeah. Like I understand
But
that's her
that
potential. That's her potential. Yeah. But she's not like Gohan. Like she don't be unlocking her potential.
She's not going.
She's not Gohan. That's got to be the barrier to entry. So yeah, Jubilee would get rocked. What about Nightcrawler?
I don't think Nightcrawler could get rocked by Toad. That's happened.
Yeah, that's right. Totally.
Nightcrawler is an accomplished fencer, swordsman, and
Yeah,
acrobat.
he's a
Toad's just
problem.
Shoot 'em up who can blow mucus on people and jump around.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but like once he gets you caught in that mucus.
Oh
like,
yeah, it's a problem. He
You're
can
fucked.
burn your
And then
skin.
what? Nightcrawler's going to teleport and wash the mucus
Not
off
if you
or something?
cover his eyes.
Right.
That's not necessarily true because if he's already familiar with his surroundings or a place, he can actually just teleport.
Hold up, Gambit. What about Gambit versus Toad? I mean, I love Gambit.
I'm not sure if that's a fair match.
Oh, you think? Oh, yeah, that's right. Gambit is actually pushing S tier, right? Like he's up there.
Yeah, he would have been if he didn't have part of his brain taken out.
All right, Alex. Let's move on to yours. So yeah, we stayed on Toad for a while.
My least favorite of the ones I've listed is Storm.
Right, and just to clarify,
I
this
still
is
like
your
Storm.
least favorite
I respect
favorites.
Storm.
These are everyone's least favorite favorites, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Because, I have mad respect for Storm. So,
Yeah, for real.
But she kind of eventually became kind of sort of like Cyclops, which kind of went the wayside a little bit. But back in the Uncanny X-Men, the early time there, yeah, she was a good character.
Yeah, go into more detail though when you say she kind of went by the wayside, and I just don't have enough information.
Didn't get enough of the spotlight as she did during the '80s Uncanny X-Men time. Like she was like better than Cyclops in a lot of ways as the leader of the X.
I know. That's why I hope in the next movie, this will probably never happen, but in the Black Panther and Storm, they were together for a little while, right? So that would be a dope story to tell, and it would have let you introduce the X-Men kind of.
But as far as I never really, when her powers go out of control, that's the most interesting to me. But a quick fact about Storm is she has claustrophobia, which is something I kind of relate to.
Yeah, and that's actually a kind of a big weakness to her. And isn't it because of because of the Shadow King? Are you familiar with this storyline, the Shadow King?
I believe so. I'm not calling from memory, but I know like she used to be a thief or
Yeah, I don't know if Andrew
service of the
remembers
guy
this,
possessed by the Shadow King.
because they told this story on the animated series, I believe, or on Next Dimension they might have. But anyway, like there was back when she was young, she was like in Africa, I believe, and then she was a thief, right?
Yeah,
And
he was a pickpocket
this
thief, yeah.
this other dude, like this bigger thief dude, he was a mutant also, so he was like utilizing. I don't think she even used her powers to steal. I think she was just really good at stealing. And so she kind of latched onto this other like big time thief dude, and this dude was like the Shadow King. And then, long story short, like Professor
Tried to
Xavier.
pickpocket Xavier. That's actually what led to the formation of the X-Men in the first place.
Really? Go into more detail. So say what.
Because Professor X needed to make a team because he realized that not all mutants were like him at the time. There were purely malevolent entity mutants out there.
Right,
So,
like the Shadow
the
King.
Shadow King, after they fought, after he like put the Shadow King on ice for a while, that's what led to the development of the X-Men.
See, that's fucking cool. That's really cool. I like how the
So
backstories.
indirectly, Storm helped found the X-Men, I guess.
What?
Indirectly.
Helped. Yeah, no, I get you.
But I think the best when I find Storm the most memorable is when she lost her powers. She was a complete badass with the mohawk and everything.
Oh, I remember when she had the mohawk, but I don't. Why'd she lose her
Yeah,
powers?
she lost her powers.
Was it because of like No More Mutants shit?
No. This was way earlier. It was different.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that story, bro. You must have really been reading them
I
comics
don't
back then.
remember why, but I just know that
Alex, how old are you?
that was the case. I'm like 32, man.
You're 32. That's all right, man. I'm 31, bro. I'm up here.
So I mean, like,
You
I
still-
had like my cousins all had like older X-Men stuff, so they like bought that.
Wow. All right. Who's next? Is it Andrews?
It's your turn again.
It's your turn.
What? Oh,
Your
it
turn
is?
again.
Oh, I went first, right?
You went.
Okay.
Andrew went.
Okay, yeah. So we already said Cyclops. All right, so my next one is, you guys know about Forge?
Yeah.
Bro,
Forge
so
is my boy.
yeah, bro, I kind of like Forge, but I don't know his whole story. But I do know that he had fell for Mystique at one time. Like, supposedly, at least according to my audiobook, like, supposedly he put something in Mystique's mind to try to make it so she wouldn't turn into the X-Men or people related to the X-Men. I don't know if that's canon. It must be, though. I would assume it's canon. But
Forge is actually one of the bigger players during the Dawn of X series. That storyline, one that went on just a couple weeks ago.
Dawn of X. I'm familiar with this story, but I'm not. I don't know the whole story.
That's kind of maybe so that if the X-Men die, they get rebooted back up. In the
Yeah,
clone.
Andrew, did you hear about this shit, bro? So this is epic right here, bro. So because of Moira McTaggart, which they kind of retconned it that she's a mutant now. This was one of Professor Xavier's boo things, and so she pretty much kept dying and then reincarnating, and she would give the information. Well, she was giving the information to different people, and then she finally settled on giving the information to Charles Xavier. So Charles Xavier has seen like 15, 16 different futures outcomes. So the Charles Xavier that's in the story right now he's more militant, because he knows that the peaceful route didn't last. And so he's working with Magneto. He showed Magneto the futures that Moira McTaggart showed him. And so now they're kind of using that information to try to create the utopia future for the mutants and the X-Men and everybody. And so all the bad guys, all the old bad guys like Apocalypse, even Mr. Sinister, everybody's down. Everybody's working together to try to create this mutant future. But the bad guy this particular time is really the Sentinels, and there's like this Terminator story where the Sentinels always get created. Then the Sentinels always create like this Sentinel City and shit. And so they're trying to stop this future from coming about. But every time it seems like the future, it's almost like it's destined to happen. And the future that they're trying to prevent is that Sentinels pretty much replace humans. And so it's hella interesting.
And that actually ties into an alien race called the Phalanx, where they had said that instead of the Phalanx, there's multiple groups of Phalanx. Then the Phalanx is like a techno-organic supreme intelligence kind of thing.
I know. Well, can you tell me about this organic virus?
Do
Isn't
you
that
remember the character Warlock
um?
in X-Men back in the day,
Uh,
in the 90s cartoon?
I don't know. Is that Maverick? That's not Maverick, right? No. Yeah. No. Tell me.
No. Warlock is a small snippet of a phalanx, which is basically just like a robotic intelligence that's also techno-organic.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, well, basically he escaped from the 90s cartoon. He escaped from the homeworld, landed on Earth, and then the phalanx kind of came to Earth and tried to absorb everything, but found that they couldn't absorb mutants. So they were trying to learn how to absorb
Fuse.
mutants, and they finally got the phalanx to absorb a virus that killed them.
Wow.
But the phalanx in the comics is much, much more powerful.
I see. Okay. Okay.
It's like an alien race of super hive mind civilization.
Word. Well, yeah. I guess what was cool about Forge is like the fact that can't he just materialize the idea to like he can think of a thing like a gun or a fucking invention, and then he can just like materialize it, right?
He talks to machines.
Oh, wait. He talks
Yeah.
to the machines, but can't he also just create shit out of thin air?
Yep, he's also got that. Well, as long as it's related to a machine.
Bro, that's busted. He's mad
Yeah.
OP, bro. Yo, see, like
And
in
he's
the,
actually a big player in that.
I swear, like in the X-Men worlds, like I don't know, God, if he's the developer, bro, he needs patch notes, bro. Like he be making like overpowered stuff. See, look, he nerfed them when he had the chick say no more mutants. That was the nerf patch. That was the no more mutants update.
And he didn't have the super intelligence then after he got, because that's part of his mutant ability. He has super intelligence to stop the machine.
He's got super intelligence. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, but he clearly doesn't though, because didn't he get tricked by Mystique? Like I guess maybe love overrides it or some shit like that, because like didn't he get tricked?
Well, I mean, there's intelligent people that make mistakes.
Right. I get you. That doesn't make it that they're not intelligent. Yep. Respect.
He's
Yeah.
no Reed Richards or Tony Stark.
Right. Reed Richards. We
What
gotta
do
talk
you
about
think,
him one
Andrew?
day. All right. Yeah, it's Anderson.
My turn to choose my character.
Yeah.
No, we wanted to know what you thought about Forge.
Or yeah, you can take your turn too.
I don't know a lot about the Forge, so can't further comment on that.
It's all good. What's your next one?
Go ahead with your character.
So my second least favorite X-Men would have to be Colossus.
Whoa.
Listen, I like Colossus. He's a big muscular dude, and he's made out of metal. But besides that, and his morals, is kind of boring.
Well, he's also an artist too. And he died to cure the legacy virus, which was like
I didn't know about that.
AIDS. Yeah, he died to cure the legacy virus.
Huh.
And his sister is also a sorcerer.
I thought you were going to say his sister was also his mother.
What?
I thought you were going to say his sister was also his mother.
No, she was a sorcerer.
All right.
His sister is also his mother, who is also his father, who is also his
We're not
mother.
talking about Longshot or Shatterstar or any of that, but
Oh wow.
don't ask me to get into it because I'm not.
all right, word. But that's why I like the X-Men, because it was kind of like, even though it was science fiction, like some of the relationship things were kind of realistic. Who's next?
Me.
Okay.
My second least favorite is Sean Cassidy, Banshee.
Dude, yes. See, yo, he's in my audiobook as well, bro. He's very fucking cool, bro. The Banshee.
He's very witty too. I love him.
You said
He actually started out as a villain.
you said witty?
He was pretty witty.
Oh, okay. Is that what you said?
Yeah, witty.
Okay, yeah.
W-I-T-T-Y.
Yeah, what do you like about him so much?
He's just an interesting character, a little stereotypical, but he's a cool character. I like him as a character, especially during the Giant Size X-Men #1 Deadly Genesis storyline, where he basically was an opera singer.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. So he hasn't had a lot of things since he died, but he came back during one storyline as a Horseman of Apocalypse.
Oh wow, but who hasn't been a Horseman of Apocalypse nowadays, right? Gambit, Wolverine. Wasn't Storm one?
No, I don't believe Storm was. Wolverine was though.
Yeah.
Polaris.
One thing I gotta say about this dude is, so he's in the audiobook that I'm listening to, and so when Team X went on this mission back in the day, Cassidy, a Banshee, he was on the mission as well. He was working for Interpol, right? And so his
also did that.
Yep, and his whole thing over there was they needed to get this disc off of these defectors from the KGB, and so Team X wanted the disc, and Interpol wanted the disc, and Banshee was working for Interpol, and also the fucking Iraqis wanted the disc, and fucking Mystique was working for the Iraqis at this time, dude. And so it was like a fucking dog pile, and also fucking working for the KGB was fucking Black Widow. So it was like the Royal Rumble of like, who's gonna get this disc? Yo, the book is fucking fire, bro.
Yo, Black Widow's no fucking joke.
She really isn't. She actually hit this dude. She hit Cassidy with the Widow's bite, and fucking he couldn't do his scream for like 2 days. Like he legit got arrested by people. Like he was just a fucking regular dude for 2 days. She hit that motherfucker so hard. Like, that shit hurt, bro. That shit hurt Wolverine later on. She hit Wolverine with that shit. I mean, Wolverine was only down for maybe a minute, maybe two. Like, he was barely compared to Cassidy. Like, I mean, even Cassidy got up, but he when he tried to like scream and like get up out of there was nothing, bro. He got arrested. And it's funny too, because Cassidy wanted to kill Black Widow because she ended up she actually didn't really do nothing. All she did was, she was working for the KGB. She kind of stopped him from completing some mission, or she made it take longer. So he ended up wasn't there for when his wife died. Like, and so he kind of blamed Black Widow for that, but clearly that's not really Black Widow's fault, even though she was working for the bad guys. So I mean, I can understand if you point your blame at that. But anyway you look at it, it's your fault if you can't complete the mission, kind of. I don't know. It's hard to say. But
he's a conflicted character. That is all true comics wise as well.
Yeah.
He has also been the on and off boyfriend of Moira McTaggart.
I know, and that's why I thought the story was interesting when she start reincarnating and stuff. Like, he doesn't seem like he plays that big of a story into the new story. Like, that's kind of strange a little bit. But then again, I haven't actually read the comics. I think I've more did like Comic Explain or
They should be coming out as a graphic novel at some point.
I should buy it, bro. You don't know how cheap I be, and for good reason now.
Novel, like a whole story.
Now I gotta try to get like my own apartment, so I gotta try to get real cheap now. But all right, what's next? Who's next?
I think it's you again.
Oh, it's back to me. It's back to me. Okay, we talk about the Forge one, right? When we talk about the Gambit, but hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Did we talk about the? Let's talk about the Rogue. No. Yeah. Let's talk about the Rogue. I already said it. All right. So look, Rogue. I think it was cool. Like, a lot of what I know about Rogue is from the animated series, but didn't she like hold on to Miss Marvel so long that she like took her powers permanently? Wasn't that a thing, bro? That's kind of crazy.
Put her in a coma.
And then Mystique's her mom, right? And bro, Mystique's kind of a slut, bro. How many people has she been with? She been with the Devil. She been with Wolverine, like, at least for a second. Like I feel like
Mom said you the devil.
Like I feel like Wolverine, like I like.
When Franklin didn't invent electricity, I did. Ben Franklin was the devil.
yeah.
My name's Bobby Boucher.
Yo, yeah, cause that isn't that Nightcrawler's dad is the devil, right?
Mother, yes, birth mother.
Oh wait. Nightcrawler's dad is the devil, right?
No, he was actually a mutant that had. They were mutants from another dimension. It was a really weird storyline.
What the fuck, bro? I could have sworn her.
Yeah,
She didn't have sex with the devil.
they were devil-like. They were devil-like in appearance.
Oh. Oh, that's interesting, bro. Thank you for clearing it up, bro. I can see clearly now. The cannon's gone. All right. So, but yeah, she's interesting, bro. Rogue is interesting. Mystique's on my list too. Let's just talk about both of them at the same time. Fuck it. So,
Okay.
Mystique is interesting because she's, I don't know, man. Like the fact that she was like, she's been with so many people. Like, you know that fucking she was with Magneto. There's no way you're gonna tell me she wasn't with Magneto. Like, she sleeps with everybody. Like, bro, I swear, like I bet she slept with Wolverine. At least he got the tip in, and then she was like, "Wait, man, you're not, no." You know what I mean? Like, yo, you gotta think how many times Wolverine knew it was Mystique and was like, "Fuck it," like,
Too.
say what now?
He was lovers with Destiny too.
Oh yeah, duh. She was lovers with Destiny. She was lovers with Forge. She was lovers with Sabretooth, right? Wasn't she with Sabretooth?
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah, I believe so.
dude. And so
That's
and,
how Graydon Creed came up.
wait, who? Oh,
Yeah, Sabretooth, the one that's actually not a mutant, but hates mutants.
bro, that's hilarious. Cause that's so funny because didn't Sabretooth's dad hate mutants? Isn't that a
I
thing?
believe so.
I think that's a thing. I think that's the thing from his past. I might have been making it up, but yeah, Rogue,
Yeah.
Mystique, those are my homies. Like, all right, who's next?
Leandro.
So I'm glad you brought up Sabretooth because he was my next
Nice.
least favorite character. About the only thing that I really enjoyed about Sabretooth is his like ongoing conflict with Wolverine and the fight scenes. That's what I pretty much enjoyed about him.
You know nothing.
Hold on. I mean, I do respect what you're saying. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
like he stands up
But,
to
like-
fucking Wolverine.
I mean, to be fair, you guys picked this as your topic. I didn't say it was my strongest subject.
Yeah. Alex is being mean, bro. Don't be
sorry.
talking. Like it's all good. But
Sabretooth would just he'll fucking kill somebody and go eat fucking toast or something. He does not give a fuck.
word. Like, I think it's interesting. Like, why? Like, he just embodies that psychopath. Like, he really just likes killing. If he could just get paid to kill as many people as possible, like that would be his ideal job. Like, and so I don't know. It's just an interesting, and you know that there's people like that. You know, there's people that say like, I joined the army because they give you medals for killing people. You know what I mean? Like, there's real people like that. So that's what I like about the X-Men is that they really do embody that. It's realistic in a way, clearly.
All right, Alex.
We've been through 1, 2, 3
Three.
so far.
Yeah, I skipped
This
some.
will be your third.
This is my second favorite X-Men is Archangel. Also,
Archangel.
because the character caused so much fucking drama when he appeared in X Factor that it was too good. Like, I enjoyed both him as Angel because he always struggled with whether he should embrace his wings or not embrace his wings. When his wings got torn off during the Mutant Massacre, he went into such a terrible,
Dark place.
like depression.
Yeah,
Like,
seriously.
they were essentially part of him, and when he became Archangel after becoming a Horseman of Apocalypse, that's the epitome of cool, in my opinion.
Yeah.
As far as cool goes, he was also relatable because he's been his history is convoluted. He's had energy wings, these wings.
I never saw the
inside
energy
these
wings. Wow, that's interesting. Never heard of any of that. Wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah, but he's even been like a vessel for Apocalypse at certain points.
Wow.
And when after that happened, he kind of went back to the angel wings, but he had like no memory of what happened, so he thought he was an actual angel.
Yeah, for
He
real.
was going around trying to heal people and everything.
Wow. Yeah, I
And,
never knew he He was
There's
pretty
another
interesting.
fun fact. You can go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead. What's the fun fact?
The fun fact is he is descended from the opposite mutants as Nightcrawler is. So his blood it has healing properties, but it hurts Nightcrawler.
What? Oh.
Yeah, because Angel Demon thing.
Whoa.
I love him as Archangel. I've had a lot of fun. I've read a lot of fun stories with him. He's really kind of a badass, especially when he went into X-Force and he just went like when he would transform between the two. And when he became Archangel, he just was an engine of fucking savagery.
Wow, that's deep. That's hella deep.
Your turn, Jabari.
All right. So I was gonna say Gambit, right? But I changed my mind. So my favorite right now is actually Apocalypse, right? Because for one, dude, I feel like every show, any movie show, it's always kind of defined by its bad guys. So I mean, the Sentinels / Apocalypse, those are like the most iconic bad guys for the X-Men, and they were like. Oh yeah, besides Magneto, excuse me, which I do like Magneto as well, but we'll talk about Magneto in a second. I know you got some reservations about Magneto. But when it comes to Apocalypse, it's like I feel like a good bad guy has to make you feel like you're never safe. You know what I mean? And so I just remember one time where come to find out like Mystique was conspiring with Apocalypse, and like I remember she entered some room and homie was like right behind the door, which is like that's the number one creepy shit to do. If anybody just chills behind the door, they're dead fucking wrong, right? Aren't they? Like, what are you doing back there, you fucking bastard? Like for real. But and the fact that, dude, I don't think they've ever. You can't kill Apocalypse. You have to like put him to sleep. You need Jigglypuff or something to like put him to sleep.
Really can't.
Dude, you can't do nothing. You're like Jigglypuff, sing, please, because like we can't kill this man. Like I think one time what they did is they got him to go back in his casket or something. Like I don't know if they cut a deal with him. Like listen, bro.
Go back in your home. Adam Sandler references all that.
Are you too good for your home?
Yeah, I mean, like for real, he's so OP, bro. And so, like, can't he turn his hand into any weapon? So it can be a Gatling gun. It could be a
He
mace.
has so many fucking powers.
He can turn invisible. He can float. Go ahead.
I have a weird scenario for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Apocalypse versus Majin Buu.
Ooh. I think. Ooh.
Apocalypse.
I don't know. Ooh.
I'm gonna go with Apocalypse.
It'd be tough.
Yeah, it will be tough. I almost think Majin Buu.
Which Majin Buu though?
I would say fat one, right?
Yeah. That
Like,
one just.
I don't think it matters which one you say.
Let's not get into canon.
Yeah, you're dead wrong. Listen, Dragon Ball Z characters, like, hold on, we got to come to an agreement on this, right? This is nerd shit right here, right? Like, so Dragon Ball Z characters are just too OP, right? Like Apocalypse can't blow up the planet, right?
I mean, I'm pretty sure Apocalypse would fuck Krillin up.
What?
2 seconds.
You really think so, bro? I don't think so. I feel like Destructo does.
No. Listen.
Let's not get into this argument because it's never gonna happen.
Wait.
What if it did?
We need.
I really think that Apocalypse would take Krillin, okay, turn him into a fucking bowling ball.
I just want you to read off his list of abilities.
Well, bro, even still, like, I mean, he can float. I don't know. Does he have telepathic abilities? He does. He does. Wait. I might take everything back. See, look, this is a conversation we have to have. This is important. Okay, look. He does have telepathic abilities. Okay. He does have telepathic abilities. I think right there, that puts him on par with a lot of different Dragon Ball Z characters. Oh, man.
Yeah, besides, he's like...
I still think Majin Buu would take him out.
I don't believe so.
I don't know.
Could Apocalypse survive on a,
yes.
Being destroyed on a cellular level?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Really?
I don't
he
think
could
so.
regenerate himself from destroyed cells?
I don't think so.
Pretty sure.
No, the reason
I
don't think
say
so.
that is because he has complete control over all of his atomic matter.
That's true.
So,
If his arm did come apart, he does have full control over it, right? But isn't he's
Yeah,
part?
but
But honestly, I'm pretty sure Apocalypse is part technology though. But then again, he's like nanotechnology. He's like, yeah, I don't fucking know.
it's a celestial
He can
technology.
shapeshift. He can shapeshift just parts of his body, bro. He's kind of OP.
He's got that celestial technology going on
Dude,
because
this is a good
the species of
argument.
aliens that lure use planets as eggs.
I feel like we should be able to come up with a clear answer. Like I feel like this is what's fun. We have to do this.
Well,
I really think that Majin Buu would win.
I just feel like
then we
okay.
move on.
You really want to move
We'll
on,
come
bro?
up with this could be a whole new episode. And I have to do so much fucking research.
Okay, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. All right, Andrew,
Nice
you
segue
have
to
homework
Apocalypse,
now.
though, Jabari.
Yeah. Seriously.
Archangel Apocalypse.
Yep.
And
I thought I was slick, right? But Andrew, we're gonna come back to this. Okay, this is something we have to come to an agreement because I'm not sold. I'm not sold that Majin Buu would just win, but I don't know if. But you're right. If we have to figure out if he got hit with an energy blast that was so big that it blew him into millions of little pieces, if he could reforge from that. If he could, then he's on the same level as Majin Buu. But I just feel like
Well,
I almost feel like Majin Buu has more feats. Like Majin Buu could blow up the Earth. I think that's the
well,
answer.
that we know of so far, we've all
True.
seen Dragon Ball Z.
I mean, true.
well, to be fair, okay, it's not blowing him up into like billions of parts. It's blowing him up and then destroying his cellular structure.
Like, yeah.
Go to the Marvel Wiki so we can settle this now.
Well, I
we
can't.
do-
My
we-
one monitor is
I'll do it.
I'm asking.
sleeping.
I'll do it. We do have to settle this right now because like Majin Buu's not gonna do no smart ass like blow up all his little pieces and shit, right? He's gonna throw one blast at him and homie might disintegrate into pieces, or God forbid he can turn translucent. You know what I mean? Like, so let's find out. Give me a second.
Because then we might have to tag Comics Explained, like, what are the most impressive feats of Apocalypse?
I know. And honestly, that's the problem. Apocalypse doesn't do super OP shit because his opponents are like and not even trying to
He's an
disrespect.
idealist.
I mean, I wouldn't even say all that. Like, I'm just saying, like, the fact of the matter is that he's not going to go all out because he doesn't have to. Like, he doesn't have Krillin and shit as opponents. Like, he's got,
I
honestly,
think you would rock Krillin.
He would
I don't think
destroy
bro,
Krillin.
I don't know if he destroyed Krillin, bro. Like, you guys are kind of downplaying the Dragon
Well,
Ball Z guys. Krillin can fly. He can do Kamehameha.
Let's see his powers, Jabari.
All right, I'm looking. My bad. All right. So Apocalypse. Hold on, give me 1 second here.
This is the kind of shit we get into all the time.
This is epic. All right. So what's AOA? Are you familiar? Was that Age of Apocalypse?
Age of Apocalypse.
And that's probably the best time to pull him from, right? We might as well pull his strongest. I feel like we need his strongest self. Like, that's only fair.
616 he's got more appearances than 616.
Oh no, something's wrong with my site. Hold on. All right, Age of Apocalypse got taken down for some reason. But that's all right. So, let's see. Wow, his strength is potentially incalculable.
The only person that I know that actually legitimately beat Apocalypse is that souped up Nimrod from the future in God of X.
I can't believe I can't
They
get.
literally like gotta make Apocalypse bored to leave.
For real. Unfortunately, the wiki is kind of. Well, I'm using Marvel Directory. Let me go to the wiki, the actual wiki. But all right, we can start another topic. I'm gonna research this in the background. Or do we want to call it right here? Do we go through our list? No, you guys still have more, right?
No, I have one more.
All right, let's go.
And, Andrew, I believe has one more.
Yeah, that's right. I did one.
Technically, I have two more.
Oh, then go through the last one then. The last two.
Well, so my second favorite X-Man is Nightcrawler. I just I enjoy his abilities, and I enjoy like his sarcasm, like his sarcastic humor.
For sure.
I actually enjoy Nightcrawler for he's actually one of the most respectable X-Men there is, based on who the character, not necessarily his abilities, because he gets rocked quite frequently.
Yeah, but I mean, to be able to like teleport and be able to like fill a room full of smoke, like kind of like a smoke screen, and just fuck somebody up.
Yeah. But I actually respect the character for who he is because he's one of those characters that's like he makes me feel at ease, and I'm not a god person at all.
Yeah.
So.
My bad. I found the dude's powers. Can we go? Let's go back in time for a second, right? All right. So Apocalypse, right, bro? He would rock the fuck out of Krillin. I take it all back. All right. He's an immortal being with total control over his molecules of his body, enabling him to alter forms as he sees fit, such as allowing his body to become extremely malleable and flexible, enhance his physical abilities, transform his limbs into weapons, wings, jets, regenerate from fatal injuries, generate a wide range of powers at will. See, that's what's crazy. So pretty much he can generate powers at will. So if he says, bro, I need to be a telepath right now, boom, he's a telepath. See, that's crazy. And then adapt his body to apparently any disease or hostile environment. He can also project and absorb energy and is capable of technopathy, being able to directly interface with various technologies, thanks to the aid of his mutant abilities, allowing him complete control over his body. And all right, celestial technology, changing his body, blah blah blah. All right, bet. So pretty much, yes, he would survive Majin Buu's blast because Majin Buu's not gonna be smart enough to destroy all the little pieces, and then he'll just regenerate from them.
And the amount of power you would have to generate to destroy him on the atomic level.
I mean, Majin Buu.
Nigh impossible.
It's Majin Buu.
So there was a fight where it was Majin Buu versus Kirby, right? And
you're not telling me.
Buu, no, hear me out.
Okay.
Majin Buu did generate enough energy to, destroy Kirby on a cellular level, which would have happened had he not sucked in the blast and reversing destroyed Majin Buu that way.
Yeah, but cellular is not atomic level. I would even argue that even as candy, he could just return to.
You think so?
I believe so, actually.
This dude can turn him in. He can turn him into candy, but we also know that when he turns people into candy, they still retain their powers.
Do they?
Yeah. Right back.
Like if you remember Gogeta,
yeah,
he was fucking him up as candy. He actually allowed himself to be turned into candy so that he could get eaten. That was So I gotta say Apocalypse. It would be the fight of the fucking century, but I'd have to say Apocalypse. All right, my bad. All right, so now we can be done with that. Or I guess we're still. It sounds like we're still on opposite terms, but I feel safer saying for sure Apocalypse. Near godlike abilities, it says, with their applications. Once again, I think the biggest thing is he can be like, fuck, I need ultra regeneration right now. Oh yeah, that's right, I can just do that. You know what I mean? Like that's all he has to say is, oh fuck, I need this, and he has it. That's like super OP.
Oh no!
But then again, we're gonna put this on pause because I believe that in a recent comic book, Apocalypse did die, and so if he did die,
that was due to the Super Nimrod guy,
right?
And Dawn of Powers of X.
All right.
Yeah, it was due to Nimrod. Nimrod's way above him in that.
Right, but see now that don't make sense. Well. If Nimrod could kill him, then it sounds like Majin Buu probably could kill Nimrod. Like you know what I mean?
No. I mean like the Super Nimrod in the future where Moira McTaggart.
Yeah.
Like trying to prevent that Nimrod. That guy.
But wait, didn't he die recently and had to be brought back with the the respawn mutants shit?
Not that I recall.
Bro, I'm pretty sure. I'll look next podcast. I'll have done the research. But
Right.
this is an interesting conversation. I swear to God. I swear to God, this is interesting. I hope that it's interesting. I would listen to this. But all right. Good. Sorry.
I've said my piece about Nightcrawler. What's your
My thing with Nightcrawler is I don't know. I just like the Catholic idea of him or whatever religion he is. I kind of like that. I like that.
That should be, you know what I mean?
Religion's kind of cool, like, you know what I mean, like, regardless of how you sit, like, I mean, you know, I'm not telling anybody how to feel or whatever, but, like, I swear, like, when I pray, like, I do feel something, you know what I mean, and so I'd like to see that projected in fiction because it's interesting, you know what I mean, like,
right.
And I don't know, like, I just liked, you know, the fact that even though Nightcrawler would have to kill sometimes, he still held on to his faith, you know, and so he was unwavering. Well, not unwavering. He would question it, and I feel like even those are interesting struggles to be depicted in fiction. You know what I mean? Like a struggle of your faith.
The moral dilemma is always
right. Yeah. So I guess that he usually brought some good drama to the story, like not fake drama, like. You know what I mean? Well, I guess it's all fake drama, but, like, you know what I mean?
He's one of those characters that basically everyone universally respects.
Yeah.
Like, even people who don't like X-Men respect Nightcrawler.
Mm-hmm.
So now I guess it's back to my first one, or Andrew's.
Wait, let me say one more thing, though. It's funny that you said, like, anybody would like him, right? But have you ever met those moms that are, like, or seen those moms that, like, think everything is satanic? And so isn't it ironic that the most satanic-looking character is the Catholic character?
Right?
All right, yeah, I just thought that was interesting. All right. Is it Andrew?
Go on with your first one. Yeah, that's a good point, though, Jabari.
Yeah.
Makes him very human.
Mm-hmm.
What's your number one, Andrew?
Going with my number one favorite is the character Spike.
That's your number one?
That's my number one, dude. Dude is a badass. All right.
And he's
generating spikes from his body and shooting spikes everywhere. That's just badass.
Yeah, he makes me.
The only thing that drives Andrew's opinion of a character is it badass? Yes,
it's badass. It's badass.
I'm sorry, Andrew, but that seems to be the theme. I know.
I'm down.
I could have done the fucked up thing, all right, and sit there and been like, "Oh, hey, I'm picking Deadpool as my number one favorite."
Oh.
Yeah, you would, because you're.
That's fair.
On the hype train.
Yo, he said he's badass.
But no,
look, he is badass.
I sat there and I said, you know what? I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to choose Spike.
He just recycled jokes.
No, this is great.
And he gets my humor.
He gets his humor, man. I respect it. That's awesome. Yo, that's great.
But you don't.
When he doesn't like Spider-Man. Look, to each their own. To each their own. It's okay.
Yeah, it's just like they're so similar. Anyway.
That's super funny.
I guess it's on to my number one now.
Yes.
My number one is a Rogue.
It's Rogue?
It's who?
Rogue.
Tell me
because out of all the X-Men, that's the character that hits me in the feels the most.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she's just a very conflicted, very moral character who struggles with a lot of things I did as a teenager. So, I feel more empathetic towards Rogue than any other X-Men.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you can't, because... No.
Also, she put Miss Marvel into a coma, and I hate that character.
Ha ha ha. That's dumb funny, but can you tell me more, like, what do you mean, like in your past or whatever, like, you guys relate? Like, I don't understand.
Oh, because, like, sometimes I don't want to be touched at all, so it kind of makes me feel like it's more relatable to the character, to me. because it's like
She didn't want to be touched for different reasons, though.
I don't get it. I still
No,
don't
I'm
get it.
not wrong. I mean,
Well-
I'm sure she would have definitely been A-okay with being touched in her teenage years, but
it's still relatable. I don't know what my brain just connects the two. It's just like
Bro, my bad.
wanting
Maybe.
something that you can't have.
Oh, no. You know what, bro? Honestly, now that you put it that way, that's hella relatable. That's just hella relatable. Like, yeah, and I mean, like, and I think
Even
that's what's
something so basic. You know what I mean?
right, and that's what's so amazing and deep about the X-Men, that sometimes it's hard to articulate that, but like you said, like, it's like wanting something that you can't have. Like, none of the
I'll rephrase and say that the loneliness actually kind of hit me.
right. But
That's what really drives me to like the character.
hell yeah. Like, I definitely hear what you're saying. Like, the fact that she, she kind of embodies this, like, I can't get close to anyone, so I can't let anybody get close to me. You know what I mean? This almost like she had to build a wall up in order to stop the rejection. Like, not even to stop the rejection. She knew that if someone got close to her, they were gonna die. Like, or they could, yeah. It was very bad for them. It was very bad for them. And so, even though it's like, fuck, I want to let my wall down right now so that I can have this connection with this person, but let me just be a dick to them because, like, I need to keep them away from me at all costs because, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that she did that, but I'm sure she would have, like, maybe even if it wasn't depicted, I'm sure she would have had to make some type of strategy like that in order to socially distance herself, other than just the gloves and covering up. You know what I mean? Because she was also, in most storytellings of her, she was good looking. So you would have to believe that her whole thing was she would have to put up this, like, almost like mental defense against people. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's like a mental facade where
Did we ever get the story of
it's
when?
the loneliness.
My bad. Say that one more time.
It was almost like a mental facade to compensate for the loneliness.
For sure. Did we ever get the story of how Professor Xavier discovered her?
She came to the X-Men.
Of course she did.
After
yeah, wasn't it like Wolverine brought her?
No.
I think that's what happened in the movie.
Literally just looked up the Xavier Institute and went there and for help because she had too many personalities in her mind.
See,
That was just after Miss
Marvel. Dude, we need to get those. I need those legit comics. Like, that's a good story. Like, I would love to read that myself. Like, I only know pieces of it from, like, just piecing it together from, like, animated series and whatnot. But that's amazing. Like, but what I don't understand for the chronology of the X-Men is, like, how do you just call up? Was it really called the School for Gifted? Like,
it is a public school.
But, like,
well, not a public school, but it is as a physical address.
Right, it has a physical address, but how do you know that it's a school?
She was with the Brotherhood before.
What? Oh, of course she was, because that's how Mystique got her to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here, let me try to, like, play it back for everybody so I'm understanding myself, right? So the story goes that like she was with her mother in the Brotherhood, and so they must have fought against the X-Men at one time, I'm guessing, right? And so she knew of the X-Men and not that they were trying to be.
I think Mystique actually pushed her there because she couldn't control Rogue at that time.
Whoa.
But don't quote me.
Whoa, that's so crazy, dude. I'm gonna ask what's dude's down there? Al. I'm gonna ask Al about it, bro. I'm sure.
Ask George.
Ask George. All right.
More.
Would he, bro? I don't know. You might be sleeping on Al. Al be doing.
George is the X-Men guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Let me ask Al about Superman, right?
You ask Al about Superman or DC.
Right. One time, Superman used to shoot out little Superman. Like, he did, though. Superman was mad OP back in the day, bro.
Mad OP now.
Yeah, you're right. He would give it to Apocalypse, right?
But I will say that I do recommend, if anyone wants to get into a good Superman story, Grant Morrison's run on All-Star Superman, where Superman has tits.
He has tits?
So it's a more introspective. One.
Hold on, he has tits?
No. No, cancer.
Yeah.
Like, no, leukemia.
He has the giant knockers.
Nani. I'm like, this is hentai
Cancer.
Superman.
You
Like,
got text from cancer.
bro,
You got
Breast cancer, duh.
that's extreme.
God.
Yo, did we talk about everybody's?
No, you're left, Jabari.
Oh, remember I did 2 at a time. I did mom, sister.
Oh,
or
that's
mom.
what.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That's what messed you up.
Well, it messed me up, but I was aware of it. You guys weren't aware of it, okay? All right. But I guess we're good, right? So.
Well, how about we just do one villain and then we should.
All right, word. Because it's probably getting kind of long, and we're probably gonna want to have images in here too.
And we should be done after this.
Yeah.
I'll start because I was last, and it'll be Jabari then Andrew.
All right.
I'm gonna skip mine. I don't really have one.
Oh, that's just me and Jabari. All right, Mr. Motherfucking Sinister.
Yeah, that's right, Mr. Sinister. Wait. What's his name? His real name is Nathaniel Ethics. Listen, isn't that fucking or Exit? Exits? Exis?
S-X.
How come I'm having a hard time saying Exix? No.
E-S-S-E-X.
E-S-S-E-S. Essex. I feel like I said it right the first time. Nathaniel Essex.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. But he exemplifies like the insanity of a man driven to prove a point,
Bro.
to prove his theory. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or you know who he kind of reminds me of now? Like, so you watch Naruto, right?
Orochimaru, right?
Yep. You knew I was about to say that. He reminds me of Orochimaru.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
like, mad
He's very
experimenting and stuff like that, bro. Orochimaru.
Really get sassy.
Dude, I hate Orochimaru, but at the same time, I love Orochimaru, bro. Like, he really brought that bad guy. Like, you know what I mean? He's dead now, but it's like, bro, his presence is missed.
Almost fucked up as Orochimaru too.
Yeah, man, yeah. But he's helping us now in the stories, right? In the current stories.
He is
Chronologically.
He is documenting all the genetic material of all mutants, including the new ones created.
I know, but what do you think his other plan is, bro? You think he's really helping? Like, he must be like
No,
doing.
I don't think he's really helping.
He's probably in some back lab, just
the thrill of it.
I know, and so what's crazy is like the fact that Xavier is gonna work with this dude. Like, so this different timeline with Xavier knowing the different timelines, right? And now Xavier, he's mad flamboyant. Like, no one's gonna tell me he didn't suck Magneto's dick, bro. Like, do you see him?
You mean Mr. Sinister? I wouldn't be surprised.
No, not Mr. Sinister. I'm talking about Professor Xavier. Yeah. Clearly, Sinister is too. But I don't think Sinister. I don't know. I feel like Sinister's like asexual. But I feel like the new Professor Xavier. I don't know why he looks mad gay to me. Like, and I mean, like, it's 2020. Being gay's okay, but like, I just feel like, like, look at him.
There's something going on here that no one wants to admit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like some.
Yeah.
I'm down. Like it'll be interesting. Like, you know what I mean? That's a different Xavier. But you know what? It's even better to leave it ambiguous. So now you're like, I'd rather speculate than actually know. Actually knowing would be gross, but speculating is cool.
And honestly, shout out to Nick because that's it. I originally didn't like Mr. Sinister, and I didn't know who he was, but Nick was just like, "Oh, Mr. Sinister had a pack of Sabretooth clothes." Okay.
Whoa.
You can't tell me that's not cool.
That is cool, bro. See, yeah, Mr. Sinister is very sneaky. I'm just really surprised that that we're working with him. But I guess I should be more surprised that we're working with Magneto or working with Apocalypse.
Yeah, Apocalypse is just like, oh, this is what I wanted to do all along. I'm like,
yeah. But
I'm not sure.
Honestly, why do I feel like I trust Apocalypse more than I trust Mr. Sinister and more than I trust Professor Xavier right now?
Yeah.
Like, this is not looking like our normal Professor Xavier. Like, I'm okay with it. You know what? You've heard some of the theories are that Moira McTaggart is actually Professor Xavier right now, or somehow they fused. You know what I mean? Like,
honestly, I think because Xavier just had the rude awakening that his dream of coexistence could never happen.
Yeah, that's fucking sad, bro.
They're too powerful.
can you imagine like your mind plus the mind like plus multiple timelines of your future things you've tried already, dude? Honestly, respected them for not being hella depressed, right? So, because
Right.
imagine you've made all these plans to become something in your life, right? And you're like, this is what I'm gonna do, and you're so full steam ahead on that shit, and then you get the memories of like multiple timelines where you failed over and over and over. So every time you come up with an idea, you'd probably be like, fuck, I thought about that in timeline 46, and that shit didn't work out either. Damn. Like, so it's like, I feel like you would have mad paralysis by analysis. You'd be like, fucking.
And I believe they hinted at that Mr. Sinister also has mutant abilities at some, but they don't. I don't remember what they even before that.
Wow. That's
But,
rude. He's
so,
OP.
do you have a villain, Dabari, that comes to mind?
A villain that comes to mind. Yeah, that's right. I guess I have to have one. Let me think. Somebody people don't be talking about much, right? Let me think here. I don't know the dude's name. You know the pterodactyl dude?
Sauron.
Yeah, you're right. It was Sauron, right?
Vampire pterodactyl man.
Yeah, bro. Only reason because I remember having a toy when I was a little kid, right? And it was that
Yeah.
dude, and
I did too.
he fucking controlled the skies over the toy box, bro. Like he was in charge. Like, so here, let me tell you my little toy box scene back in the day, right? So
Okay.
Sauron was up in the sky, bro. It was nobody fucking with aerial shit except when fucking Batman Beyond came through, because I had a Batman Beyond toy, but his arms were permanently outstretched like he was flying, so he could only do two moves, like fly and then come down and like fucking what's the spear bomb shit like that wrestlers used to do. He could do that, or the what's that shit where they run into your arm? That's the clothesline. He could do the clothesline.
The people's elbow.
Yo. His wing could do the people's elbow and shit like that. And then my other toy, I didn't have that many toys, but my other toy was fucking remember the bad guy from Mulan? Was it like Jin or some shit like that? Yep. So these were my three toys, bro. And so Sauron fucking controlled these guys. Fucking Batman Beyond was like the hero. And so there was two bad guys. Like there was a flying bad guy and there was a ground bad guy, and then there was Batman Beyond. So I don't know. That was my childhood right there. But I don't know how we got onto this. But oh yeah, Sauron. Sauron, I don't know, because also like it was my introduction to the Wildlands. Isn't that what it's called? The Wild.
Savage Land.
The Savage Land, right. Interesting, and that's where like dinosaurs are still alive and all this other shit, right?
Yep.
That's interesting shit. But all right.
Also, the best character, Kazar, and his fucking Sabretooth pet.
Wait, Kazar? He's got.
Tarzan plus Sabretooth. Get it?
Hold on, Kazar. I always get him confused. Like that's not Cyclops' dad.
Literally Tarzan with a Sabretooth familiar.
Oh, that's fucking great. But I don't know if I know about him though.
Yeah, he's literally got the same origin as Tarzan. Except he was confronted by a Sabretooth named Juba or something like that.
Wow. That's awesome.
We should probably cut it to an end because we probably babble on too long.
I know, right? This is hella fun though. Where's Andrew sleep?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm still here.
Oh god, I wish he was asleep.
It's all good. I would draw on his face.
I'm kidding. Later.
He's not kidding. But all right, yep. See ya.
I shouted at Andrew, not even to say bye.
It's all right. It's all right. He's an asshole.
Bye.
That's the Mr. Sinister goodbye.